Hey y'all, it's me Z, and I'm back again with another video of reaction slash review of the Real Housewives of Potomac. So we are here in the latest episode. I did not do episode 15 last week because I wanted to see how it would play out in this episode. So now we have finally gotten to the end of Wendy's trip and I just put it all together. So where we ended last video was with tossed salad and a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming. Okay, it was a mess. All right, so of course Wendy had her trip. She's trying to do her good vibes only. Did it go as planned? Of course it didn't, because it never does. So they were arguing. The tension between Candace and Mia was just bubbling over, and at this point it didn't even really start from like a specific thing. Candace of course was already pissed off at Mia when she came, and it just escalated from there. I think that I have the same feelings from last week about Candace and her comments. I felt like it was not smart for her to be using the "oh your mama" like comment back to counteract what Mia was saying, because like I said, you never know anything that's happening with people's parents, and we're in 2021, you know, it's outdated and it's old, and you don't really gotta use that to be combating with people anymore. And it was bound to bite her in the butt. I said that last video, and it did. She had to be accountable for her actions eventually. So, you know, I could tell though, I almost felt bad for Candace, almost. But you could tell that the confusion that she was having about everyone trying to take me aside, and like she wasn't understanding the whole big issue about why people were acting the way they were acting, because you know, Mia's mother, the sensitivity of that subject, and she also just felt wrong. So I know like the buildup was just hard for her. She ended up crying and all that stuff while arguing. And I just kind of related to her in that moment, because I know that I've been in the situations like that. So I understand where she's coming from. But at the same time, you know, you do have to be a little bit more cautious with your words and a little bit more mindful of what you're really willing to like say. You know, you gotta be an adult and be able to stand behind and account for the things that you say and do. So I feel like the dynamic between Candace and Chris, her husband, you know, is very interesting. I'm like almost happy to see the dynamic that they have going on TV, because, you know, he's really expressing his emotions about how she's handling her conflicts, and he's trying to help her the best way he can, you know, give her the advice he thinks that she needs. And I do think it's something good to see on TV, how that's developing between them two. So, you know, I do think that is interesting to watch. Between Candace and her husband G's just like, whatever honey, whatever you want to do, we could leave if you want to leave, you know. He's like, whatever you want to do. So, you know, with that situation, I don't really think that there's much to say about it. You know, it happened. What I said happened would happen, and it did. And, you know, everything unfolds later on. So in between that, we find out that Robin and Giselle are pulling up. Of course, you know, they were being corny, trying to say they wasn't coming, and they did all the drama and theatrics just to show up late. And then, get this, the room they had was not up to their standards. They had to go downstairs to use the bathroom. And it was so hard and so heartbreaking. At least y'all had a bathroom. At least y'all had a bathroom, because Giselle, I quite recall when the ladies were in your construction zone house on the outside looking at a bunch of men hammering away. You told Wendy and Karen they could not use your bathroom. And then she had the nerve to say, oh, well, when you're a host, you have to make sure everyone has the right accommodations. I don't recall that energy when y'all were in the Williamsburg and Wendy, Karen, and Escale was in a cottage. A run-down, low, dirty cottage. What was that energy? Giselle? Where was it? Oh. Because at this point, it's God. That's what it is at this point. The karma could not be more just like crisp. Just, it's breath of fresh air. Like, it's, girl. And you got a broken toe. Ha. Ha ha. Look at you. Look at you. And of course, Robin just behind her Tweedledee, Tweedledumming behind Giselle. She don't even really have no real beef with Wendy. She could easily hash out whatever she got with Wendy in one conversation. She's just following behind Giselle. There's nothing really going on here. There's nothing really going on here. But of course they showed up with all their drama. So, you know, the ladies are filling them in. Of course, Wendy comes and she introduces herself. She does her hostess thing, you know, and they go out to dinner. So the dinner, the dinner was a hot mess. Like, it was a little bit embarrassing. And I have to say, like, these two episodes have really, or really just this last episode, have really had me have a few different opinions about some of the ladies in the group. So just to start off with the light stuff, the table full of married men who all bought the ladies drinks and did not buy their wives drinks. All I have to say about men, that's all I have to say, because y'all are trifling. That was trifling. How y'all gonna do that? I know they heard a mouthful when they got home, because, girl. So it was a mess. The argument between Ashley and between Candace was very out of pocket. It was very, like, just disrespectful in a way that I cannot stand by. And I think that Candace really does need to evaluate some things. There was a few things that I did realize and I remembered that I almost forgot, is like how nasty Candace was to Ashley. Like, the types of things that Candace said online was actually like really terrible. And I have honestly been forgetting why Ashley has such a huge vendetta against Candace. Like, she can't let those things go. I think what makes me annoyed with Ashley is that she's always doing like these little petty things, these little like little pesty things, you know. And it's just she can't let go of the things that Candace said, and that's okay. But to me, I feel like it just needs to be like, if you're gonna have this type of thing, like, I really feel like y'all should really hash it out, you know. I feel like it never really gets dealt with anytime they have like their little apology, oh, sorry this, sorry that, and it's not really getting dealt with, you know. So that's my only thing. And Ashley just has a tendency to be a little bit like, I don't know, she's just a little pesky to me. She's not wrong in how she feels, you know, but she is a little bit pesky to me. I think that Candace was very out of pocket for trying to call Ashley a slave. Like, girl, I just want to clarify, like, we're all black here. We're all black here. Like, what are you doing? Because at this point, anything that you could say to her could be put right back onto you. Y'all both have white husbands. So what's going on here? Like, I don't understand what's going on. That is a very, very, very bad look for Candace. She needs to get it together, because that is not cute. That is not cute at all. As Black women, you are doing too much, and you're doing hypocritical. You're saying a lot of hypocritical stuff, and I can't get behind that. That's not cute. That's not cute at all, Candace. And there's very few times when I actually agree with Giselle. And Giselle was right. You know, Giselle said, you went through all those things last year, and she's having flashbacks about the behavior that Candace is having, and it's just like she hasn't learned anything. And honestly, she is right, because Candace does need to learn from these experiences. She needs to handle her conflicts in a different way that is not hindering her marriage, hindering her growth, hindering her image and her career, because these things are the things that will be brought back up when you're trying to go big. People are going to bring up these clips, and what will you do? You know, like, she needs to really get a grasp on the things that she's saying, and get a grasp on that mouth, because at this point, you're really just damaging your self-image, and it's hurting your relationship, because Chris is obviously and very clearly, like, in distraught about how his wife is handling her conflicts, how he's been going through these issues with her, and as a couple and as a partnership, he feels like she's disrespecting the promises to him, because she says, okay, I'm trying to do better, and then when it comes down to it, does she know she's not actually trying to work on it? So I do believe that Candace was trying to work on herself when she got beat up last season. And honestly, that doesn't need to just be a temporary thing. That needs to be an ongoing improvement, because at this point, it's clear as day that this is hindering her, and it needs to be addressed. You know, she does need to do some self-reflecting, because in all honesty, it is childish. You know, it is time to grow up. It is time to do better. So hopefully she will be watching back on her actions this season, and in the future will try not to have to apologize so often. Try not to have to say sorry and account for your mistakes, and try to make better decisions from the beginning. You know, I want that for her. I want her to grow, because, you know, I feel like she's talented, and I feel like these are the things that are going to hinder her in the future. She needs to think about that. So the conflict between her and Ashley will be forever going. Ashley might be annoying as she is, but she is valid in her emotions and feelings that she has towards Candace. Mia and Candace had a little spat, but I really feel for Chris, because I feel like he's trying his best to support her, and it's just not really working out. So hopefully, you know, I do want to see, like, how they're working out that dynamic throughout the show. When they're in the car, when they leave in the restaurant and they're in the car, I feel like G is just very inappropriate. Like, he's very uncomfortable to watch, and like, the things that he thinks is like okay to do is very interesting, that he thinks that's okay to do, you know. But, you know, Mia said, I'm going to stick beside him. And that is the man she chose to marry. So at this point, ain't nothing else to do, girl. So, you know, the next day, the girls, they go on a boat with their men. And Robin and Skylar are talking. Robin's just like, you know, Wendy, we were cool in the beginning. We hit it off. They showed the clip of them with their boys, and the boys are in the park and they're playing, and Robin and Wendy are talking. And I really did feel something about that clip, because I feel like, wow, you know, they did have that moment, and I feel like it's disappointing to see where they've come from that clip. I know, like, just me knowing that the beef between them is just not that deep, and the fact that she won't take the actual time to try to squash that, all because of Giselle. It's just so sad because you guys could have a genuine friendship, you know. Mom friendships are important, and having somebody that your kids could be going to and stuff like that's just very valuable, and it's nice to have. And I don't understand why she's so up Giselle's butt, as Karen would say. So it is disappointing to see. But what's most important to talk about right now is how Mia is overhearing, right? She's not in this conversation. She's just there getting her fruit or whatever. And she's gonna go eavesdrop to what Robin is saying and then go run upstairs as soon as she sit down. Well, Robin said that you were a different person last year, Wendy. Like, shut the hell up. What the hell? Nobody was talking to you. Like, you're so messy. And that was real weird. That was just weird behavior to me. Like, why are you being like that? Like, that is weird. Why are you just running upstairs to go say what you overheard her say? Then she didn't even say it right, because what Robin said was that their friendship wasn't in the right place. Wasn't in the same place, which is true. Even though Robin does believe that Wendy is not the same person she was a year ago. Because she said that at the dinner when she was trying to slut shame Wendy at the dinner table. But the point is that don't try to start drama, Mia. Like, come on. You already have your storyline. There's no reason for you to be adding fuel to somebody else's fire. Like, what is good with you? So, of course, you know, she was trying to stir something up. Robin is just like, oh, I'm not interested in having any conversation with Wendy. She's debates too much, yada yada. And it's like, okay, girl, whatever. Just say you don't really got nothing to say and keep it pushing, because that's what it is. She don't got nothing to say. She don't have a damn thing to say, and that's what it is. So she don't want no smoke, and that's okay. And Wendy's like, whatever, it's cool. And Giselle, of course, is just pissed off that she's not being treated like the Queen of Sheba. You know what? I actually do have something to say about that as well. So we're going to go back to the house real quick when Giselle was in... Oh, wait. I missed so much. All right, so we actually going to stay at the boat, and I'm going to get back to that. So while we're on the boat, Giselle wants to be treated like the Queen of Sheba from Wendy, and it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because of consistent disrespect, Giselle. Like, nobody wants to be nice to you when you're consistently disrespectful. That's what happens when you consistently disrespect somebody. Anyway, so Wendy's like, well, Mia, since you want to do so much reconciliation, like, girl, why don't you go and talk to the people you got beef with in the group right now? You trying to start some beef with me and Robin. Like, why don't you talk about what you got going on? As she should. And she did. So she started talking to Candace. She started off with apologizing about what she said about Candace's video. And I want to give props to Mia, because I feel like that was very big of her. That was big of her, and it was mature and womanly of her to be doing the right thing. It is so far and few in between to be having a genuine apologies in this group of women, because these ladies are so damn fake and just you know, they not in the right mindset. Like, they a little bit off. So I want to give her props, because that was very big of her to apologize, because she knows deep down she started that whole mess with Candace. Like, it was unnecessary. She was out of place, out of bounds. She went up to her mother, asking Candace's mother about Chris' income. Like, girl, you're really out of pocket, and you talking about her videos low budget, and she's an artist, she's sensitive, you know, she care about her stuff. Think about that TikTok, but she care about her stuff, and that's her art form, her art craft. She's spending her hard-earned money, her time, her effort into that, and she invited her friends for support, and the first thing that you go and do is talk shit with her mother and talk down about her video. And that was messed up. That was messed up, and it was given jealous, honestly. Because when I said that sentence just now, that just felt like something a jealous person would do, regardless if she was or not. That's just what it feels like. So You know, it wasn't cute. And I'm glad that she really owned up to her mistakes and had that type of accountability. And I hope to see that in the future with all these women, because they need to lead by Mia's example. And it actually made me have a different change of heart about Mia, because I felt like, okay, she actually is being accountable for her actions. And I feel like I could expect this from her. And that makes me have a new respect for her. So Candace also apologized, but I just feel like Candace has a lot of growing to do after how she conducted herself in that restaurant and was saying the things she was saying to Ashley. I just don't know about Candace. Like, I feel like her mouth is too crazy and it doesn't make any sense. There's ways to be pissed off and you can insult people, but you're talking about her being a slave because she's with a white man and all this stuff, and it's just like, it's not given. It's not given, and I'm not here for it. So I don't like that, and I think that she needs to get herself together. She needs to get her morals and her like maturity, she needs to get it together. That's what it is. When they left now, before they had the boat trip, Giselle and Robin decide to leave in the middle of the night, like the green-eyed bandits they are, to start their drama, to be dramatic. They drove 30 minutes away to a different hotel just because there was not a bathroom inside of the place. The room that they were in did not have its own ensuite bathroom. And they were upset about that. They said, there's men in this house, and I don't want to go downstairs where there's men in this house. And all this other stuff. I'm just like, okay, you guys have a whole lot to say about where y'all staying at. And y'all have not shown the same courtesy in the past. So, honestly, I didn't care. I didn't give a damn. And I don't think Wendy didn't care either. And Wendy should not. She should not care, because it's ridiculous. I also want to say something else. Giselle has made it a habit to call Wendy angry anytime she's simply responding to the disrespect that Giselle has. And I want to make things clear. Wendy has been calm and neutral throughout all her interactions with Giselle after the first season, right? This season, she has been neutral. She has been calm, level-headed, and she keeps facing these microaggressions. And these microaggressions it's colorism. It's colorism, and we gotta call it for what it is, because that is the truth. That is the truth. She called her angry when she was on the video chat with Ashley, trying to say that, oh, Wendy, the host, has not spoken to me, and I will not be speaking to the host because she hasn't said a word to me since I came here. And Wendy's like, you're lying. First off, you're on speaker, I'm right here, and you're lying. I did greet you. I did the things a host should do. And she's like, oh, you're so angry. And she didn't raise her voice. She didn't have no attitude. She said it with a smile. Like, at this point, it is blatant colorism, and it's really starting to piss me off. It's like triggering me, because at this point, it's just so blatant and disrespectful, and it keeps happening. She made it a habit, and I'm not here for it. I'm actually very upset with that dynamic being shown. Like, this is ridiculous right now. And then her and Robin continue to call Wendy aggressive and all this stuff. And Wendy's not showing any of those things. Like, it's just so aggravating to see that happening. And it's simply because she's dark-skinned. They're trying to keep tacking these words on her. And it is so disrespectful. And I cannot wait till they see how their behavior is on TV, so they could see, like, you need to look at yourself in a mirror and really see what the thing that you're doing. And I hope that they are able to see the reactions of other people. Like, hopefully other people are seeing what I'm seeing, and they're able to really show them, at least on the internet, like, hey, this is what you're doing, this is what we're seeing, and this is what it looks like, and this is what you need to work on, because at this point it's ridiculous. And I really felt bad because I knew that Wendy felt something. Like when they panned back to her, you could tell on her face that she was feeling that microaggression. And it's not fair. It's not okay. It's not right. So I'm not here for that at all. I feel like I just am so over Giselle and that. Like, that is, I'm over it. I'm over it. What else happened? Well, it looks like they're done with their trip. G was being like harassing Ashley in the corner of the van they were in. I don't know why he was bothering her, but I feel like G is the type of man to be really arguing with these women. Like, these guys, their husbands might not like some of the women in the group, but none of them have really like argued with the women. I feel like G is going to be the one to argue with these women and really have beef with these women. Like, I hope that doesn't happen, but I feel like that is the vibe he gives me, that he would really engage in that way. So we'll see in the next episode what's going down, you know. As of right now, I'm not here for Candace, still here for Wendy, not here for Giselle. I'm having a change of heart about Mia, and Ashley's still annoying, and Robin is just tagging along for the ride. So thank you so much for watching my video. Come back next week. I'll be posting again on Monday, and you can like and subscribe if you liked it, and I'll be back. Bye.